Success is something that we all want, isn't it? But here's what we often overlook. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. You see, chasing success can lead you to frustration, to exhaustion, because the more you chase, the more it seems to slip away. But when you focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success, you don't have to chase it anymore. Success finds you. So let me ask you something. What kind of person are you becoming? That's where it all begins. You might be asking yourself, what does it mean to become a person who attracts success? Well, it starts with developing your character, refining your habits, and sharpening your mindset. Success, my friends, is attracted to certain qualities: discipline, perseverance, generosity, integrity. It's attracted to people who add value to the world, people who are constantly growing, constantly improving. It's attracted to people who are intentional with their lives, people who have goals, people who have a vision. So let's talk about goals. You can't attract success without clear goals. You've got to have a destination in mind. A lot of people make the mistake of wandering through life without a clear direction, and they wonder why success seems elusive. I'll tell you why. Success doesn't come to the wandering. It comes to those who are clear about what they want and are willing to pay the price to get it. Now, what is that price? It's time, effort, discipline, sacrifice. But you have to start with that first step. Know what you want. If I asked you right now, what's your goal for the next 5 years? Could you answer me? Could you give me a clear, specific, and compelling answer? Because if you can't, then I can tell you right now, you're not going to attract success. You've got to be clear. Clarity leads to action, and action leads to results. When you know what you want, the path becomes clearer. Now, don't get me wrong, the path won't always be easy. In fact, it rarely is. But you'll be moving in the right direction, and that's what counts. Success comes to those who are willing to take consistent, disciplined action in the direction of their goals, even when the going gets tough. And believe me, it will get tough. But here's the secret. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. That's why becoming a person who attracts success is so important. You've got to become tougher, wiser, more resilient. The bigger your goals, the bigger the obstacles. But the obstacles are not there to stop you. They're there to make you stronger. Years ago, I was broke. I was 25 years old, and I had nothing. I mean, nothing in the bank, nothing in my pocket, and not much hope for the future. But something happened to me that changed the course of my life forever. I met a mentor, Mr. Schoaf, and Mr. Schoaf told me something that hit me like a ton of bricks. He said, Jim, if you want things to change, you have to change. If you want things to get better, you have to get better. That was a revelation. I had been waiting for my circumstances to change. But what Mr. Schoaf taught me was that it wasn't about my circumstances, it was about me. I was the problem, but I was also the solution. If I wanted to attract success, I had to become the kind of person that success would be attracted to. So I started working on myself. I started reading books, listening to seminars, seeking out mentors, doing whatever it took to improve my mindset, my skills, my habits. And slowly, but surely, things started to change. Why? Because I was changing. And that's the key, my friends. Success is something you attract by the person you become. When I changed, the opportunities changed. When I changed, the people I met changed. When I changed, everything changed. But it all started with me. Let's talk about habits. Because if you want to attract success, you've got to cultivate the right habits. Your habits determine your future. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if your habits are out of alignment with your goals, you're going to struggle. Think about it. If you want to be physically fit, but you have the habit of eating junk food and skipping the gym, are you going to get fit? Of course not. The same is true for success. You can't expect to be successful if your habits don't align with success. So, what are your habits? Successful people have success habits. They read, they plan, they take action. They review their progress, they get up early, they stay focused. They are consistent. And that's a big one. Consistency. It's not about doing something great once in a while. It's about doing the right things day in and day out. Success isn't built on occasional effort. It's built on consistent effort. And I'm telling you, that's not easy. It's easy to get excited for a day, maybe a week, but can you stay excited? Can you stay committed for months, for years? That's where the magic happens. It's in the consistency. But here's something else. Not only do you need the right habits, but you also need the right mindset. Your mindset is like the soil where everything else grows. If your mindset is negative, if it's full of doubt, fear, or limiting beliefs, it's going to be hard for you to attract success. You got to believe that you can become the person who attracts success. You got to believe that you're capable of achieving great things. Because if you don't believe it, no one else will. Now, don't get me wrong, belief by itself isn't enough. But belief is the foundation. It's where everything starts. You have to believe that your life can be different, that your future can be better than your past. I'm sure you've heard the saying, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. It's true. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you believe you're stuck, you'll stay stuck. But if you believe you can grow, you will grow. That's why becoming a person who attracts success starts with transforming your mindset. So how do you do that? You feed your mind with good information. You've got to be careful what you're letting into your mind, because your mind is like a sponge. It absorbs everything around it. If you're surrounding yourself with negative people, with pessimism, with fear, guess what? That's going to shape your thoughts. But if you surround yourself with positive influences, if you read books that inspire you, if you spend time with people who challenge you to be better, your mindset will shift. It has to. You'll start thinking differently. And when you start thinking differently, you'll start acting differently. And when you start acting differently, you'll start attracting different results. Now, relationships can be a big part of this. The people you surround yourself with have a massive influence on who you become. If you're hanging around with people who are negative, who don't have goals, who are content with mediocrity, it's going to be hard for you to attract success. You've got to surround yourself with people who lift you up, people who inspire you, people who challenge you to grow, people who are on a similar path of self-improvement. There's an old saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It's true. You become like the people you spend the most time with. So if you want to attract success, take a look at your circle. Who are you spending time with? Now, I'm not saying you have to cut everyone out of your life, but I am saying you need to be intentional about the people you allow to influence you. Surround yourself with people who have high standards, people who are going somewhere, people who believe in your potential, because those people will push you to be better. And when you become better, you attract better. When I started working on myself, I noticed something interesting. The people around me started to change. Not because they were changing, but because I was changing. Some of the old friends I used to hang out with, they weren't interested in what I was doing anymore. They didn't want to read the books I was reading, didn't want to talk about personal development, success, or big ideas. And I realized something. Not everyone is going to come with you on your journey to success. Some people will stay where they are, and that's okay. But you've got to be willing to let go of relationships that hold you back if you want to move forward. You see, every relationship is like a force, either pulling you up or dragging you down. There's no middle ground. So ask yourself, are the people in my life pushing me toward my goals, or are they pulling me away? Be honest with yourself. If you're serious about becoming the person who attracts success, you need to align your relationships with your ambitions. Now, I know that's not always easy. Sometimes it's painful, but success requires sacrifice. You can't hang on to everything and expect to move ahead. When I started hanging out with my mentor, Mr. Schoaf, he introduced me to a whole new group of people. People who were achieving, people who were successful. And I'm telling you, that changed everything. I saw how these people thought, how they acted, how they carried themselves. They were disciplined, focused, generous, and optimistic. They believed in abundance, not scarcity, and that kind of thinking. It rubs off on you. I started to think differently, dream bigger, and act with more purpose. Why? Because I was around people who were already living the kind of life I wanted to live. So ask yourself, who are you learning from? Who are you modeling your life after? If you want to attract success, you need role models who are already successful. Success leaves clues, my friends. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Find people who have already achieved what you want to achieve and learn from them. Study their habits, their mindset, their routines. Success is predictable if you follow the right patterns. That's what I did with Mr. Schoaf. I followed his lead, I listened to his advice, and it changed the entire trajectory of my life. Let's talk about value. If you want to attract success, you need to become a person of value. Success isn't attracted to people who are just taking up space. It's attracted to people who are adding value to the world. And here's the key. The more value you add, the more success you will attract. But what does it mean to add value? It means solving problems. It means helping others. It means contributing more than you take. Successful people are problem solvers. They find ways to improve the world around them. They bring solutions, not complaints. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. So, ask yourself, how can I add more value? How can you solve bigger problems? How can you contribute more to your job, to your business, to your community? When you become a person of value, people will seek you out. Opportunities will knock on your door. Why? Because The world rewards those who give more than they take. And remember this, the size of your success is directly proportional to the size of the problems you solve. If you solve small problems, you'll have small success. If you solve big problems, you'll attract big success. But here's something else to keep in mind. Becoming a person of value isn't just about solving external problems. It's also about working on your inner self, your character, your integrity, your ethics. People who attract lasting success are people who live by a code of values. They don't cut corners, they don't cheat, they don't deceive. They operate with integrity. Why? Because trust is the foundation of all success. If people can't trust you, you won't get very far. You might achieve some short-term gains, but it won't last. True success, lasting success, is built on trust. So be someone people can trust. Here's what Mr. Shoaff told me. He said, Jim, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. That means if you cut corners in one area of your life, it's going to spill over into other areas. If you're dishonest in one aspect, that dishonesty will seep into other parts of your life. You can't compartmentalize your character. So if you want to become a person who attracts success, start by looking at the small things. Are you keeping your promises? Are you following through on your commitments? Are you doing your best, even when no one is watching? Because it's in those small daily decisions that your character is built. And your character is what ultimately attracts or repels success. Now, I want to talk about one of the most important qualities that attracts success: discipline. Without discipline, you won't get very far. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It's the ability to keep going when the initial excitement wears off. It's the ability to stick to a plan, to stay focused, even when distractions come your way. And I'm telling you, there will always be distractions. There will always be things trying to pull you off course. But discipline is what keeps you on track. Discipline is what separates the winners from the losers, the successful from the unsuccessful. Most people give up when things get tough. But those who attract success, they keep going. They have the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it. They understand that success is not about feelings. It's about principles. It's about doing the right thing day in and day out, whether you feel like it or not. Now, discipline doesn't come naturally to most people. It certainly didn't come naturally to me. But here's the good news. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. You can build your discipline over time, just like you build your physical strength in the gym. It starts with small decisions. Maybe you wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual. Maybe you stick to your workout routine even when you'd rather stay in bed. Maybe you finish that project at work even though you're tired. Each time you make a disciplined decision, you're strengthening your discipline muscle. And over time, it becomes easier. But here's something else to remember. Discipline is about self-respect. When you discipline yourself to do the things you know you should do, you're respecting yourself. You're saying, I'm worth the effort. My goals are worth the effort. And when you respect yourself, others will respect you too. That's another key to attracting success. People are drawn to those who respect themselves, who have high standards for their own behavior. So if you want to attract success, raise your standards. Expect more from yourself. Don't settle for mediocrity. Here's another powerful principle that will help you become the person who attracts success, and that's patience. You see, success doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, not an event. And Most people get frustrated because they want instant results. But the truth is, success takes time. It's like planting a seed. You don't plant a seed today and expect a tree tomorrow. You water it, you nurture it, you give it time to grow. The same is true for your success. You've got to be patient. You've got to be willing to put in the work and trust the process. Patience doesn't mean sitting around doing nothing. It means continuing to work, continuing to improve, continuing to take action, even when you don't see immediate results. It means understanding that every step you take is moving you closer to your goal, even if the progress is slow. Too many people give up too soon because they're not patient enough to see the fruits of their labor. But success belongs to those who are willing to wait, who are willing to stay the course, who are willing to keep going. Patience, my friends, is a rare quality in today's world. We live in a time where everything is instant. Instant communication, instant gratification, instant access to information. But here's the thing, real success, the kind that lasts, isn't instant. It's gradual, it's built brick by brick over time. And the only way to see that success manifest is to be patient with the process. There's an old saying, haste makes waste. When you rush through the process, you miss the lessons, you miss the growth, and ultimately, you miss the success. But while patience is important, it doesn't mean you sit back and wait for things to happen. Patience is about understanding that while you work, the results will come in due time. It's about trusting that your efforts will compound. That's the power of compounding, my friends. The small things you do consistently over time create massive results. Just like planting that seed. If you water it today and the next day and the day after that, eventually it grows into a strong tree. Same principle applies to your success. Every effort, every disciplined action, every small improvement, it all adds up. And that's why patience, combined with consistency, is a recipe for success. Now, while we're on the subject of patience, let's talk about persistence. Because if patience is the willingness to wait, persistence is the determination to keep going, no matter what. You can't attract success without persistence. Life is going to test you. There will be setbacks, there will be failures, there will be moments when you question whether it's all worth it. But I'm telling you, I've learned, persistence always pays off. Always. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often just one thing: persistence. Successful people aren't always the smartest or the most talented, but they are often the most persistent. They refuse to give up. They refuse to be discouraged. They keep going no matter how hard it gets. Tell me, are you willing to fail on your way to success? Are you willing to keep going even when things don't go as planned? Because I'll tell you right now, if you're not willing to persist, you won't attract success. You've got to be resilient. You've got to have grit. You've got to be willing to pick yourself up every time you fall down. Success doesn't go to the person who never fails. It goes to the person who refuses to stay down. So when life knocks you down, and it will, get back up. Dust yourself off and keep moving forward. That's how you attract success. Now, here's something else about persistence. It's not just about working hard. It's about working smart. Persistence without strategy is like running on a treadmill. You're working hard, but you're not getting anywhere. You've got to be persistent with purpose. You've got to have a plan, a roadmap. You've got to know where you're going and then adjust your course as needed. Sometimes when something isn't working, it's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because you need to change your approach. Persistence doesn't mean doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It means staying committed to your goal while being flexible in your approach. That's another quality of people who attract success. They are adaptable. They are willing to change their strategy when the situation demands it. They don't get stuck in one way of thinking. They're open to new ideas, new approaches, new ways of doing things. And that's important because the world is constantly changing. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. So you've got to be willing to evolve, to grow, to learn new skills, to embrace new opportunities. The more adaptable you are, the more you'll attract success. Back when I was getting started in business, I had this idea in my mind of how things should go. I thought if I worked hard enough, everything would fall into place. But things didn't always go according to plan. There were times when my strategy didn't work. There were times when my business wasn't growing the way I wanted it to. And I had two choices. I could stubbornly keep doing the same thing, or I could adapt. And thank goodness I chose to adapt. I started learning new ways to market, new ways to connect with people, new ways to manage my time and my resources, and you know what? That made all the difference. Success didn't come the way I originally imagined it. It came because I was willing to change, to adjust, to adapt. So ask yourself, are you flexible enough to adapt when life throws you a curveball? Are you willing to change your approach when the old one isn't working? Because the truth is, life rarely goes exactly according to plan. There will always be unexpected challenges, unforeseen circumstances. But the people who attract success are those who are prepared to adjust. They don't let obstacles stop them. They find a way around them. They don't cling to old strategies, they embrace new ones. They stay focused on the goal, but they're flexible in their approach. Now, here's one of the most important pieces to attracting success: the power of a positive attitude. If you want to attract success, you've got to maintain a positive outlook. I'm not talking about wishful thinking or blind optimism. I'm talking about a mindset that sees opportunities where others see problems. I'm talking about a mindset that refuses to be discouraged no matter how tough things get. You see, a positive attitude is like a magnet for success. When you're positive, you attract positive people, positive opportunities, positive results. But when you're negative, you repel all those things. You can't attract success with a negative attitude. It's like trying to grow flowers in a garden full of weeds. A positive attitude doesn't mean you ignore reality. It doesn't mean you pretend everything is perfect when it's not. What it does mean is that you choose to focus on the solutions rather than the problems. It means you look for the lessons in every challenge. It means you maintain hope, even when things seem hopeless. And I'm telling you, that's a powerful place to be. When you stay positive in the face of adversity, you develop something even more valuable than success. You develop character. And character, my friends, is what ultimately sustains success. Because success without character is empty. But success built on a foundation of strong character, that's the kind of success that lasts. So how do you cultivate a positive attitude? You start by controlling what you focus on. If you focus on the negative, on what's wrong, on what you don't have, you'll feel negative. But if you focus on the positive, on what's right, on what you do have, you'll feel positive. It's that simple. What you focus on expands. So start training your mind to focus on the good. Start looking for the silver lining in every situation. Start being grateful. Because being grateful is the gateway to a positive attitude. When you're grateful for what you have, you open the door for more good things to come into your life. But if you're constantly complaining, constantly focusing on what you lack, you close that door. Being grateful and positivity are magnets for success. Here's a little exercise. Every day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything big, just 3 things that you appreciate about your life. It could be your health, your family, your work, the opportunities you have. And here's what will happen. Over time, as you train your mind to focus on the positive, you'll start to see more and more things to be grateful for. And the more grateful you are, the more success you will attract. Why? Because a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Being grateful creates a positive energy that draws more good things into your life. Now, this is a critical component to becoming the person who attracts success. Personal responsibility. If you want to attract success, you've got to take 100% responsibility for your life. No excuses, no blaming others, no playing the victim. You see, successful people take full ownership of their circumstances. They understand that while they can't control everything that happens to them, they can control how they respond. And that's the key. How you respond to life's challenges is what determines your success. Too many people go through life blaming their circumstances, their upbringing, the economy, their boss, their spouse, anyone or anything but themselves. But here's the truth. As long as you're blaming something outside of yourself, you're giving away your power. When you take responsibility, you take back your power. You acknowledge that while you can't change the past, you can shape your future. And that's the mindset of someone who attracts success. They don't wait for circumstances to change. They change themselves. They don't wait for someone else to make things better. They make things better. Taking responsibility is the cornerstone of becoming the person who attracts success. You see, the moment you shift from blaming external factors to owning your decisions, your attitude, and your actions, that's the moment you unlock your potential. It's the moment you stop waiting for life to get easier or for the perfect opportunity to fall in your lap. And you start creating the circumstances that lead to success. Because, my friends, life doesn't respond to wishful thinking. Life responds to action, to determination, to personal accountability. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about beating yourself up when things go wrong. It's about owning the outcome, learning from it, and moving forward. If you fail, and you will fail from time to time, don't look for someone or something to blame. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What could I have done differently? How can I improve next time? That's what personal responsibility looks like. It's about seeing every setback as a lesson and using those lessons to grow stronger, smarter, and better prepared for the next challenge. When I started my journey, I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned early on that if I wanted to grow, I couldn't afford to pass the blame. One time, I remember, I was struggling in my early business ventures, and it was so tempting to point fingers at everything. The market, the economy, even the people I was working with. But then I had a moment of clarity. I realized that if I was going to get anywhere, I had to own my results, good or bad. And once I did that, everything changed. I stopped waiting for circumstances to improve, and I started improving myself. That shift in mindset made all the difference. Here's the thing. Personal responsibility leads to personal empowerment. The more responsibility you take for your life, the more power you have to change it. And that's where success is attracted. When you're in control of your life, your actions, your future, there's no power in blame, but there's tremendous power in accountability. So I'll ask you again, How much responsibility are you willing to take for your success? Because that's going to determine how far you go. But here's something else. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you do everything alone. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that being successful means doing it all by yourself. That's not the case. You need people. You need mentors. You need a team. You need a support system. What taking responsibility means is that you are in charge of finding the right people, building the right relationships, and putting yourself in the right environments. You have to seek out those connections that will help you grow. You have to be responsible for surrounding yourself with the right influences. And that brings me to another key point. If you want to attract success, you need to be selective about the people you allow into your life. We talked earlier about the importance of your relationships, but I want to emphasize this. You have to be intentional about your associations. Show me the people you spend the most time with, and I'll show you your future. If you're surrounding yourself with negative, small-minded, or toxic individuals, it's going to be nearly impossible to attract success. But if you surround yourself with positive, ambitious, forward-thinking people who are striving for success themselves, you'll naturally start to rise to their level. There's an old phrase I love, iron sharpens iron. It means that when you spend time with people who are sharp, who are motivated, who are driven, they make you sharper. They challenge you to think bigger, to raise your standards, to step up your game. That's why it's so important to be mindful of your circle. Success is not a solo journey. It's a journey where you need to be surrounded by people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who hold you accountable to your potential. Now, here's another key point on attracting success: contribution. It might sound counterintuitive, but if you want to attract success, you have to be focused on giving, not just getting. You see, success isn't about what you can take from the world. It's about what you can give. The more you contribute, the more value you bring to others, the more success you will attract. That's just how life works. I'm sure you've heard this before. You reap what you sow. It's a principle as old as time. If you sow generosity, kindness, and value, you'll reap success, abundance, and fulfillment. The people who attract the most success are the people who are constantly thinking, how can I serve? How can I help? How can I make a difference? They're not focused on what they can get. They're focused on what they can give. And in giving, they create an environment where success flows naturally to them. Here's an example. Think about the most successful businesses in the world. What do they all have in common? They solve problems. They provide value. They meet needs. They're focused on giving the best possible service or product to their customers. And because they're focused on giving, they attract incredible success. The same principle applies to your life. If you want to attract success, focus on how you can add value to the lives of others. When you do that, you'll find that success starts chasing after you. Now, you might be wondering, how do I start contributing more? How do I add value to the lives of others? Well, it doesn't have to be anything grand or dramatic. It starts with small acts of kindness, with showing up fully in your work, with being a positive influence on those around you. It's about looking for ways to serve in whatever capacity you can. And here's the thing. The more you give, the more you grow. Every time you contribute to someone else's life, you grow in wisdom, in experience, and in character. And that's what attracts success. When you become a person of value, success is drawn to you like a magnet. Let me share a little secret with you. One of the greatest joys in life is to be of service to others. There's something incredibly fulfilling about knowing that you've made a positive impact on someone's life, that you've helped someone move closer to their goals or overcome a challenge. That's what gives life meaning. And when your life is filled with meaning and purpose, success is just a natural byproduct. It's not something you have to chase. It's something that flows to you because you're living a life of contribution. So becoming the person who attracts success is not about chasing after something outside of yourself. It's about working on the inside, developing the qualities, the habits, and the mindset that naturally draw success into your life. It's about taking responsibility, being persistent, staying positive, and adding value. When you focus on becoming that kind of person, success will follow. You won't have to chase it. It will find you.
We talk about changing our lives. We often think about these grand gestures, these sweeping changes that come with big decisions and dramatic moments. But I've learned something in my years of working with people and watching the ones who succeed and the ones who struggle. It's not the big things that make the biggest difference. No, it's the small things. The little habits, the little choices we make every day. See, if we're looking to change our lives in a big way, we have to start with the small. Because the small habits, the ones we often overlook or dismiss as insignificant, compound over time. And let me tell you, the results of compounded effort are extraordinary. You won't even recognize your life after you've been practicing these small habits long enough. One day you'll look around and you'll be living the life you've always dreamed of. And all because of the small things. Now I want you to think about this for a second. What if you could change your life just by changing 10 small habits? Doesn't sound too overwhelming, does it? 10 little things. 10 things you can start today that could transform your future. See, that's the beauty of habits. They don't require some monumental shift in your schedule or a sudden stroke of luck. You can start them right now, wherever you are, with whatever you have. So, what are these small habits? What are these things that, if you make them part of your daily routine, will change your life forever? We're going to go right down the list, so make sure you jot this down. First habit, reading. Now, you might be thinking, Jim, I don't have time to sit down with a book every day. But listen closely. Reading is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. And I'm not just talking about any reading. I'm talking about reading with a purpose. Reading something that stretches your mind, that expands your thinking, that introduces you to new ideas and possibilities. What you feed your mind is just as important as what you feed your body. I'm telling you, reading is not just a pastime. It's a gateway. It opens doors to new ideas, to new ways of thinking, to new opportunities. When you make reading a daily habit, you're feeding your mind with knowledge, wisdom, and perspective. You see, most people are hungry for success, hungry for growth, but they aren't feeding their minds with the nutrients that success needs. Success requires a sharp mind, a mind that is constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly stretching. And the easiest way to feed your mind is through reading. Think about it like this. Every time you pick up a book, you're holding a piece of someone's life work. Their thoughts, their experiences, and their wisdom. What a powerful concept. Instead of waiting years to learn something on your own, you can absorb a lifetime of lessons in just a few hours. Now, I'm not saying you need to read for hours every day. Even 10 or 15 minutes of intentional reading each day adds up. Over time, that knowledge compounds, just like interest in a savings account. And that compounding knowledge, that's the stuff that changes your life. It changes how you see the world, how you solve problems, and how you approach challenges. But here's the key. You must be selective about what you read. Not every book is worth your time. You don't want to waste your precious moments on gossip or fluff. Instead, choose books that will challenge you, that will expand your mind, that will make you think. Whether it's biographies, self-development, or books on business strategy, pick something that aligns with where you want to go. Because where you want to go in life depends on what you're feeding your mind today. The ideas you let into your mind will shape your future. So make reading a daily, purposeful habit, and you'll start to notice the change in your thinking, your decisions, and ultimately, your life. Next, what do 99% of successful people have in common? They have a journal, and they use it daily. It's one of those habits that doesn't get enough credit. Writing things down, especially your thoughts, your goals, your dreams, there's something powerful about it. It's almost like magic. When you put your thoughts on paper, they become more real. They're no longer just swirling around in your head, causing confusion or anxiety. Instead, they're in front of you, clear and tangible. It gives you a sense of control. You can now see the problem or the idea for what it is. And once you see it, you can start to figure out how to solve it or make it happen. Writing things down is like giving your mind a breath of fresh air. What happens when you don't keep a journal? When you don't write things down, everything stays cluttered in your mind. You walk around with a million thoughts, ideas, worries, and plans floating around. And it's exhausting. Your brain is trying to hold on to everything and it can't. But when you sit down with a pen and paper, you offload all that mental clutter. It's like cleaning out a messy room. Suddenly everything feels more organized. You can think more clearly, plan more effectively, and focus on what truly matters. It doesn't take long either. A few minutes of journaling each day can make a massive difference. Here's something else about journaling. It helps you track your progress. Life gets busy, and it's easy to forget how far you've come or how much you've accomplished. But when you make it a habit to write down your thoughts and goals regularly, you create a record of your journey. And let me tell you, there's nothing more motivating than looking back at your old entries and realizing how much you've grown, how many challenges you've overcome, or how many of your dreams you've already achieved. So start small. Set aside 5 or 10 minutes each day to write. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be profound. Just let your thoughts flow, and you'll start to see the difference in your clarity, focus, and personal growth. Next, you have to set your goals. That's where the rubber meets the road. I always say that if you don't set goals, you're like a ship without a sail. You might be moving, but you're drifting. You're going wherever the wind takes you, and that's no way to live. You see, goals give you direction. They give you something to aim for, something to strive toward. And when you have a clear target in mind, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Instead, every action, every decision, every choice you make moves you closer to where you want to go. That's the power of goal setting. Most people think setting goals is something you do once a year, maybe on New Year's Eve. But let me tell you, goal setting is something you should be doing every day. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish today? What's one thing, just one, that, if you achieved it today, would make a difference in your life? Write it down. That's your target. Now your mind knows what to focus on. You've given it a job to do. And believe me, your mind loves having a job. It will go to work figuring out how to achieve that goal. But here's the thing. Your goals have to be specific. Vague goals lead to vague results. You can't just say, I want to be successful, or I want to get fit. What does success look like? What does fitness mean to you? The more specific you are, the more focused your actions will be. Break your big goals down into smaller, actionable steps, and then tackle them one by one. When you make this a daily habit, setting small, clear goals each day, you'll be amazed at how much progress you make over time. And before you know it, those small daily wins will add up to massive achievements. Or make sure that you're writing down your goals. Next, feeding your mind will do wonders. But here's what we can't forget. You also must feed your body. And feed it good. Exercise is one of those habits that people either love or avoid. But let me tell you, it's one of the most important habits you can develop. And it's not just about physical fitness. Sure, exercise keeps your body healthy, but more than that, it sharpens your mind. It boosts your energy, your focus, your mood. When you move your body, you're telling yourself, I'm alive, I'm capable, I'm strong. And that mindset carries over into every other area of your life. You see, there's a direct connection between how you feel physically and how you perform mentally. When you're in good shape, when your body is strong, your mind is sharp. You handle stress better. You think more clearly. And you have the energy to tackle the challenges that come your way. That's why making exercise a habit is so crucial. And I'm not talking about hours at the gym or some grueling workout routine. It doesn't have to be that complicated. A 20-minute walk, some light stretching, a bit of strength training, whatever works for you. The key is consistency. It's better to do a little bit every day than to push yourself too hard once a week and burn out. And here's another thing about exercise. It's a great metaphor for life. When you push through the discomfort, when you keep going even when it's tough, you build resilience. You train yourself to keep going, to not give up. That's a lesson you can apply to anything you want to achieve. So make exercise a daily habit. Move your body every day, in whatever way feels good to you. Not only will you feel better physically, but you'll also find that you have more mental clarity, more focus, and more drive to go after your goals. Next, gratitude. This is one of those habits that's often overlooked because it seems too simple. But let me tell you, gratitude is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. You see, what you focus on expands. If you focus on what's wrong, on what's missing, on what you don't have, guess what? You'll get more of that. But if you focus on what's good, on what's working, on what you do have, you'll start to notice more and more things to be grateful for. And that shift in perspective can change your entire life. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's about training your mind to see the positive in every situation. When you make it a habit to focus on the good, you start to attract more good into your life. It's like a magnet. Gratitude changes your energy. Instead of walking around feeling frustrated or lacking, you start to feel abundant, fulfilled, content. And when you're in that state of mind, you're more open to opportunities, more open to new ideas, and more open to the possibilities that life has to offer. So how do you make gratitude a habit? It's simple. Every day, take a few moments to reflect on what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything big. Maybe it's the fact that you woke up this morning. Maybe it's a kind word from a friend. Maybe it's the sunshine or the roof over your head. Whatever it is, take a moment to appreciate it. Write it down if you can. And over time, you'll start to notice a shift in your mindset. You'll start to see more and more things to be grateful for. And your life will feel richer, more abundant, and more joyful. Next, rest. Most of us get going in the morning and don't stop until we're walking to our bed like a zombie. Rest is something that's become undervalued in our fast-paced world. We're constantly on the go, always striving for the next goal, the next achievement. But here's the thing. Without rest, without recovery, we burn out. Our minds and bodies need time to recharge, to process, to heal. When you push yourself too hard, when you neglect rest, you're not doing yourself any favors. In fact, you're limiting your potential. Rest isn't just about sleep, although sleep is incredibly important. It's about giving yourself time to step away from the noise, the stress, the constant demands of life. It's about allowing your mind to wander, to dream, to relax. You ever notice how your best ideas come to you when you're not trying to think of anything? Maybe you're in the shower, or out on a walk, or just sitting quietly. That's because your mind needs space. It needs those moments of stillness to connect the dots, to solve problems, to spark creativity. We live in a culture that glorifies hustle. Everyone's talking about grinding, about working 24/7, about being busy. But let me tell you something, it's not about how hard you work. It's about how smart you work. And part of working smart is knowing when to step back, when to rest, when to recharge. Your brain is a powerful tool, but it needs downtime to function at its best. So make it a habit to prioritize rest. Whether it's taking a short break during the day, scheduling time for relaxation, or getting enough sleep at night. Rest will not only improve your productivity, but also your overall quality of life. Now, rest isn't just about sitting still. It's about giving your mind and body a chance to recover. Maybe for you, rest looks like meditation or a quiet walk in nature. Maybe it's spending time with loved ones or engaging in a hobby that brings you joy. Whatever it is, make sure you're building moments of rest into your daily routine. And here's the beautiful thing. When you rest, you come back stronger. Your mind is sharper, your energy is higher, and you're more creative. So, don't buy into the myth that rest is a luxury or that it's a sign of weakness. Rest is a necessity, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have for achieving your goals. Next habit. This was a hard one to learn. I always wanted to, but I used to think that I couldn't afford it. The next habit is giving. This is one of those habits that can change not only your life, but also the lives of the people around you. There's an old saying, the more you give, the more you receive. And it's true, but not in the way most people think. See, giving isn't just about material things. It's about giving your time, your attention, your energy, your kindness. When you make it a habit to give to others, you open up a flow of abundance in your own life. It's almost like a law of nature. The more you put out into the world, the more comes back to you. But here's the key. Give without expecting anything in return. When you give from a place of genuine generosity, without looking for a reward, you create a sense of fulfillment that can't be matched by anything else. And here's what I've learned over the years. The people who give, who really give, are the ones who seem to have the most. They have an abundance of love, of joy, of success. It's not just about giving money, although that's one way to contribute. It's about giving of yourself, your talents, your time. Maybe it's mentoring someone, volunteering, or simply being there for a friend who needs you. And don't forget, giving also includes giving to yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure you're taking care of your own needs, filling yourself up so that you have even more to give to others. And as you make giving a habit, you'll start to notice something amazing. The more you give, the more opportunities come your way. It's almost like the universe recognizes that you're creating value, and it wants to reward you for it. So make it a daily practice to ask yourself, how can I give today? How can I make a positive difference in someone's life? And watch how your own life begins to flourish in return. Next, you got to start listening. Listening is another one of those habits that has the power to transform not just your life, but your relationships as well. You see, most people think they're good listeners, but in reality, they're just waiting for their turn to speak. Listening, truly listening, is a skill, and it's a habit that can change your interactions with everyone around you. When you listen, you show respect. You show that you value the other person's thoughts, their opinions, their feelings, and that kind of respect, it builds trust. It strengthens relationships. It opens doors. But here's the thing. Listening is more than just hearing the words someone is saying. It's about understanding. It's about being fully present in the moment. When someone's talking to you, don't just nod your head and think about what you're going to say next. Stop. Really listen. Pay attention to their body language, to their tone of voice, to the emotions behind their words. And when you do, you'll find that people open up to you more. They trust you more. They value your opinion more. That's because you've given them the gift of your full attention. And in today's distracted world, that's a rare and precious gift. Now, here's the beautiful part about listening. It's not just about the other person. When you make listening a habit, you become wiser. You learn more. You understand people and situations on a deeper level. And that understanding, that's powerful. It helps you make better decisions, solve problems more effectively, and connect with people in a way that's meaningful. So start practicing the habit of listening today. It doesn't take much. Just a little more focus, a little more intention, and the benefits you'll reap from it, both personally and professionally, will be immense. Next, learn to be patient. Patience is one of those things we all know we need, but rarely practice. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want everything now. Success, results, recognition. But here's the truth. Anything worth having takes time. It takes effort. It takes patience. And if you can cultivate the habit of patience, you'll find that life becomes a lot less stressful, a lot more enjoyable. See, most people give up too soon. They quit before they see the fruits of their labor. But the people who succeed, they're the ones who are willing to wait. They're the ones who understand that the best things in life don't happen overnight. Patience doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means taking consistent action, day in and day out, while trusting that the results will come in time. It's about believing in the process, even when you don't see immediate progress. Think about a seed. You plant it in the ground, you water it, you care for it. But for a while, it looks like nothing's happening. There's no visible growth. But under the surface, that seed is starting to sprout. It's developing roots. It's preparing for the moment when it will burst through the soil and grow into something beautiful. That's how success works. The roots of your efforts are growing, even when you can't see them yet. So how do you develop the habit of patience? Start by shifting your mindset. Instead of expecting instant results, focus on the long game. Remind yourself that great things take time, and that the work you're putting in now will pay off in the future. And in the meantime, find joy in the process. Celebrate the small wins along the way, and trust that with patience and persistence, you will achieve your goals. Patience, my friends, is a superpower. When you master it, you master the art of staying calm, focused, and committed, no matter how long the journey takes. Next, you have to make sure that you're spending time with the right people. This is one of the most important habits you can cultivate. You've heard me say it before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your environment shapes you. It influences your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs. If you surround yourself with negative, small-minded people, it's going to be incredibly difficult to rise above that. But if you surround yourself with positive, ambitious, growth-oriented people, their energy will lift you up. It will push you to be better, to do more, to reach higher. Now, I know this isn't always easy. Sometimes the people in our lives, the ones we've known for years, aren't the best influences. But you have to make a choice. If you want to change your life, you have to be willing to change your environment. And that means being intentional about who you spend your time with. Seek out people who inspire you, who challenge you, who believe in you. People who are on the same path of growth and self-improvement. These are the people who will help you reach your goals, who will encourage you when times get tough, and who will celebrate your successes with you. And here's the thing, this isn't just about what others can do for you. It's also about what you bring to the table. Be the kind of person who lifts others up. Be the kind of friend, colleague, or mentor who inspires others to be their best. When you surround yourself with the right people and you bring your best self to the group, magic happens. Ideas flow, opportunities arise, and everyone grows together. So take a look at your circle. Are the people around you helping you become the person you want to be? If not, it might be time to make some changes. Because your environment will either lift you up or pull you down. And you have the power to choose which one it will be. Now, these 10 small habits might seem simple on the surface, but let me tell you, they have the power to change your life in ways you can't even imagine. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about starting small, making little adjustments in your daily routine, and staying consistent. Over time, those small habits will compound, and you'll start to see the results. And before you know it, your life will look completely different than it does today. So don't underestimate the power of small habits. Start today, even if it's just one habit. Then continue to work the rest of the habits into your day-to-day. And watch how your life changes forever.
I begin each day with discipline, clear purpose, integrity, and gratitude. I focus only on what I can influence, and I take deliberate action daily. reflect, journal, and learn from each day so I improve tomorrow. I learn and teach every day, sharpening my judgment and understanding. I show up intentionally as a husband, a father, a son, and a brother. I take responsibility for the impact of my decisions on others. I train my body daily with discipline and respect for long-term health. I am becoming a capable managing director who understands business. I am building long-term financial stability through competence and integrity. I act with gratitude, humility, and a commitment to give back. I am becoming someone who does high-intensity interval training every single week. I take time to recognize what I am grateful for every day. I visualize success every day so I know what I'm moving towards. I begin each day with discipline, clear purpose, integrity, and gratitude. I focus only on what I can influence, and I take deliberate action daily. I reflect, journal, and learn from each day so I improve tomorrow. I learn and teach every day, sharpening my judgment and understanding. I show up intentionally as a husband, a father, a son, and a brother. I take responsibility for the impact of my decisions on others. I train my body daily with discipline and respect for long-term health. I am becoming a capable managing director who understands business. I am building long-term financial stability through competence and integrity. I act with gratitude, humility, and a commitment to give back. I am becoming someone who does high-intensity interval training every single week. I take time to recognize what I am grateful for every day. I visualize success every day so I know what I'm moving towards. I begin each day with discipline, clear purpose, integrity, and gratitude. I focus only on what I can influence, and I take deliberate action daily. reflect, journal, and learn from each day so I improve tomorrow. I learn and teach every day, sharpening my judgment and understanding. I show up intentionally as a husband, a father, a son, and a brother. I take responsibility for the impact of my decisions on others. I train my body daily with discipline and respect for long-term health. I am becoming a capable managing director who understands business. I am building long-term financial stability through competence and integrity. I act with gratitude, humility, and a commitment to give back. I am becoming someone who does high-intensity interval training every single week. I take time to recognize what I am grateful for every day. I visualize success every day so I know what I'm moving towards. I begin each day with discipline, clear purpose, integrity, and gratitude. I focus only on what I can influence, and I take deliberate action daily. I reflect, journal, and learn from each day so I improve tomorrow. I learn and teach every day, sharpening my judgment and understanding. I show up intentionally as a husband, a father, a son, and a brother. I take responsibility for the impact of my decisions on others. I train my body daily with discipline and respect for long-term health. I am becoming a capable managing director who understands business. I am building long-term financial stability through competence and integrity. I act with gratitude, humility, and a commitment to give back. I am becoming someone who does high-intensity interval training every single week. I take time to recognize what I am grateful for every day. I visualize success every day so I know what I'm moving towards. I begin each day with discipline, clear purpose, integrity, and gratitude. I focus only on what I can influence, and I take deliberate action daily. I reflect, journal, and learn from each day so I improve tomorrow. I learn and teach every day, sharpening my judgment and understanding. I show up intentionally as a husband, a father, a son, and a brother. I take responsibility for the impact of my decisions on others. I train my body daily with discipline and respect for long-term health. I am becoming a capable managing director who understands business. I am building long-term financial stability through competence and integrity. I act with gratitude, humility, and a commitment to give back. I am becoming someone who does high-intensity interval training every single week. I take time to recognize what I am grateful for every day. I visualize success every day so I know what I'm moving towards. I begin each day with discipline, clear purpose, integrity, and gratitude. I focus only on what I can influence, and I take deliberate action daily. I reflect, journal, and learn from each day so I improve tomorrow.
Day 105.